All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. All right, we're going to go straight to the charts, and they are going to be as boring as charts can humanly get. But I could only take a break from doing this video for so long, so here we are. Charts. Okay, so for me, the most interesting chart out of all of them is the monthly Heikin-Ashi chart. Okay, that is because for only the third time in Bitcoin's history, we have an MRI buy opportunity. We had it right here in May of 2015. We had it right here in December of 2018. And we have it once again for only the third time in Bitcoin's history, right now in September of 2022. To me, this is probably the most bullish indicator I have in order to give me confidence that this month will mark some kind of a low. Either we will swing down and make a new price low the way we did it back in December of 2018, or this will be the lowest monthly close for a candle the way it was in May of 2015. You can see how the price did swing lower like in other months around it, but this was certainly an amazing buying opportunity. There's never been any other MRI buy. And the MRI sells on this chart have also been pretty good. Here's a very good MRI sell in the very first Bitcoin bubble. This one wasn't an indication of the ultimate buy, but it certainly was on a candle with a brand new all-time high close for the month. We did go higher. And interesting, why didn't we get an MRI sell here? Oh, I know why. We didn't get an MRI sell right here at the top because this candle right here in November of 2013 happened to close lower than this candle in, oh great, my chart's stuck. Okay, it's not stuck anymore. April 2013. On other indices, I think if I change this to BLX, the Brave New Coin Liquid Index, it might have an MRI sell, assuming it lets me like change it. I'm using my Wi-Fi, my cell phone hotspot to do this video right now. So there on other charts, there is an MRI sell right here at the top. I know on Mt. Gox there was, and that was the most popular exchange at the time, at least in the run-up anyway. Anyway, let's move on. Weekly chart. A weekly chart has given us a second full candle below the 200-week moving average. The 20 period and the 200 period are about to cross. That's not good. We had a consolidation candle at the low. That's not good. And the current candle isn't really taking us anywhere. So that is neutral, but overall, it's also not good. The moment we go below the MRI support line, I'm expecting this to not do well. So this is the allocation chart. The allocation chart looks very, very weak and potentially implies a bearish position. However, we remain in a cash position and just watching this consolidation play out. Before I move on to the daily chart, just a reminder that the financial summit is less than 2 months away in the beautiful Bali, Indonesia. Check that out. We are updating the website of Unconfiscatable. The event will take place in December 6-7 in 2023. We already had one earlier this year, and I honestly need an extended break from organizing events. My personal calendar. Here's my personal calendar. I will be in Costa Rica this weekend. I'll probably be in San Jose over the weekend. I may go somewhere else Monday, Tuesday. But if you are in San Jose, I may, like tweet out which bar I'm randomly hanging out in. So come and grab a drink. Other than that, we have private yacht cruise going on. It does cost $600 per person. It's only for 25 people. That will be following our event at Emotions Dinner Theater. This one's free. I think there's like a minimum spend, but you're gonna be at a dinner theater for like 6 hours. You're gonna spend $50 on food and drink. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable and normal. But this is pretty much free. And there's a private event for CPODs. Again, you can click on these links on my calendar, tonevays.com calendars. Then I am off to Turkey for Traffic Summit. Then I will be in the UAE. Right here, I'm actually going to be in Kazakhstan. I will add that into my calendar. And of course, we close out. I might be in Georgia as well, the Republic of Georgia. There's an event going on there. Anyway, follow us on social media, Instagram, YouTube. And we are posting research. We actually posted a thread on the Ethereum hard fork. You can check it out on the Financial Summit Twitter handle. And we did post a bit of a thread. So here's what you have to realize, that the reason for the merge is to remove mining. So mining is gone. Mining is evil, according to the Ethereum CEO. Mining is evil. And what the CEO of Ethereum wants, the CEO of Ethereum gets. No different than what Steve Jobs wants at Apple. Steve Jobs got at Apple. They think it's going to increase scaling, security, and the price will greatly rise because they're going to lower the amount of Ethereum that will get to exist into the future, allowing all the current holders of Ethereum to get richer with their staking of Ethereum. I mean, the entire process is centrally designed to make the rich richer. This is how societies have always functioned. This is how a socialist, communist, Marxist society flourishes, on the rich getting richer. They pretend like they're taking away from the capitalists and distributing it to the plebs, but in reality, in a over socialist, over communist society, the rich simply get richer because they are in charge and they do whatever the hell they want. This is what Ethereum's doing. Now, of course, removing mining from the system completely centralizes the system, and it grossly reduces the security of the system. I can't wait to watch the hard fork, because I don't understand why the miners would just leave the system. If your project remains on the mining fork of Ethereum, when Ethereum hard forks with the miners, leaving your project on the mining side will actually allow your project built on top of Ethereum. So I'll comment on the live chat a bit. So it will allow your project built on top of Ethereum to be decentralized. You would also learn real quick why your centralized project on top of a centralized Ethereum has absolutely no reason to be decentralized. So leaving your project on top of a mined-only fork of Ethereum probably makes no sense for your centralized pictures of monkeys. However, you may still choose to take that route in order not to have, Vitalik tell you what to do in the future. So it does remove 99% of a carbon footprint. Every one of us has a carbon footprint. So for example, if you are a person that is currently alive watching this channel, you have a carbon footprint. Every time you breathe out, you release carbon dioxide out of your mouth. That is your personal carbon footprint. When you die, your carbon footprint is reduced by 99.999% because you are dead and you are no longer able to exhale carbon dioxide. So the carbon footprint of Ethereum will go trend towards zero. I mean, you still have to run the servers, right? I mean, Vitalik still has to run that one server to maintain the entire history of Ethereum transactions. So there is still some carbon footprint. Now, I'm not saying a carbon footprint is bad. If all carbon dioxide was removed from the world, our planet would actually die. The planet would like cease to have life. Carbon dioxide is a necessary element for life on this planet. Cutting the carbon dioxide footprint by 99% will kill every single human being. Something that perhaps Klaus Schwab is trying to do. But you have to realize that carbon dioxide is the lifeblood of every single plant, a plant that creates oxygen. So in order for humans to breathe in plants, like carbon dioxide is the oxygen for plants. And plants release what we release carbon dioxide, plants release oxygen. So for those that aren't familiar with environmental life cycle, you may want to just Google an elementary textbook for some basics. So removing mining from the Ethereum equation is one of the dumbest things anyone can do. But when you have a completely centralized system with a very woke CEO, this is what we have. By the way, I can't wait to go check these things out in person. I'm doing that in about 3 weeks when I come back from Costa Rica. So cool. They're building them here in Panama. They're not building them for a living, right? So this is the big confusion. This is a wholesale manufacturing company of these pods. It's not like it's and you can put these things anywhere that you're allowed to put them. And I'm gonna go take a look at one of these pods. I mean, I'm not planning to buy one, but if someone plans to buy one and install it somewhere, I may be interested in then buying one, right? So like, I'm not going to be responsible for installing this thing, right? But after someone does, and they put them like on the side of a private island that they own, and it's affordable, this could be a place that I can live in the future. I can see that. So I'm not planning to buy one wholesale, but I would consider buying one retail. Of course, at a discount because I'm home-based and I'll be a de facto promoter by living in Leviathan. Put one in Tanzania. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, Tanzania is perfect for that. Maldives is perfect for this also. I mean, the water is so shallow there, right? Like it'll be super easy to install these in the Maldives. All right. This is the most boring thing I've ever seen, which is why we're talking about the Ethereum merge and also CPOTs. I don't know what you want me to say about this. Like, just look at this. Look at this volatility. It is non-existent. And it's also not good. We are stuck in the bottom half of this horizontal trend. The even more boring chart is the 1 hour chart. We had a nice hour right here at 8 p.m. New York time on September 5th, and then we completely lost it all the following hour. All right, the stock market is open. Let's go and take a look. Oil prices are dropping once again this week. I am still bullish on the longer prospects for oil. Russia is turning off gas to Europe and Germany. That's going to be interesting. Can't wait to watch every single tree get cut down in we are the most environmentally friendly country in the world, leading the charge. Germany cutting down every single tree and hopefully, well, not hopefully, but potentially turn into Easter Island over the next decade. The story of Easter Island is absolutely fascinating. Ignoring that aliens did it for a minute, check out the history of Easter Island and what happened to Easter Island when they decided to chop down every single tree. Easter Island. I mean, there are so many theories on Easter Island. Do I dare go to Wikipedia? The 1984 Winston's boss. Everything down the memory hole. We alter history to our liking. Wikipedia. History.com is just as bad. Like, I don't even know where to find proper sources on Easter Island. Man. So what website are we going to? Encyclopedia Britannica, maybe? Okay, what is this? The Mystery of Easter Island. Let's see, Smithsonian. Okay, that could be a little more trusty. All right, check this out. So, like I said, I don't know how many people have known about the history of Easter Island, but it's freaking fascinating. I have no idea what the Smithsonian has to say about it, but here's the most rational theory on Easter Island. Easter Island is filled with these stone carved heads. In case you're wondering where Easter Island is, well, I wonder if there's a map. It is literally in the middle of nowhere. It is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Chile. And these heads are huge. And getting to this island is crazy. So here, so how do you move these things, right? So Easter Island used to have lots of trees. But then every single new king and leader wanted bigger and bigger statues. So they started cutting down the trees in order to move these giant statues. And there came a point where the Easter Islanders cut down their last tree. And once they cut down their last tree, they had no way of getting off the island. They could not build a boat. And they got stuck on Easter Island, and it basically became cannibalism. It was crazy because they didn't have much food. Also, without the trees, lots of animals died. So they had no food, and they had to somehow survive. So it was, it really became like Lord of the Flies over there, right? And it's if you want to know the story of what happens when you cut down your last tree, maybe we'll see it again in Germany. When they have no more gas and they all have to cut and they can't fire up their nuclear reactors again. So they will be cutting down every single tree in order to heat their homes this winter. It's going to be super interesting. Which country just cut down 14 million trees? Ireland or Scotland? I think it was Ireland. Scotland, sorry, Scotland, not Ireland. Yeah, Scotland has just cut down 14 million trees in order to create wind farms. That was super smart. Let's destroy the forest in order to build wind farms. Yeah, no, that's true. Easter Island, I mean, it has some trees now, but like 500 years ago, or whatever it was, they cut down the last tree to move these things. They just cut them all down. They literally cut down the last tree on the island. Right? And that, if you think that is stupid, we have a government that is printing trillions of dollars to fight inflation. Cutting down the last tree to move a statue of yourself is less dumb than printing $1 trillion to fight inflation. You got to put it in a context. Humans are not smarter today than they were 1,000 years ago. We're not. We're not smarter. We just have a bigger base of innovation to build on top of. We're not actually smarter. You know, there's an occasional smart person every now and then that builds on top of prior innovation. And that gives us better technology. And then a decade later, another smart person. It's this bell curve. It's the bell curve of very few smart people that raise the innovation level of our society. But as far as people go, we're not smarter than we were 1,000 years ago. We just have a greater underlying knowledge base to work from. It's possible we're getting double. It is possible. On average, on the bell curve. No, it's a big problem for Germany to turn on their nuclear power station. It is actually a big problem. It is a big problem on multiple fronts. First of all, their Green Party that shut them down is still in power. Germany doesn't have any more nuclear scientists because they deemed that to be an evil profession. Germany, it's not easy to reactivate a nuclear reactor. This is not as simple as turning on your hot water heater after, you know, a 2-month vacation. Right, there's also a lot more humans in the world today, right? So you got to factor that in. Back in the day, you know, when the Easter Island nation is cutting down their last tree, the world has what, maybe 10 million people, 50 million people? Like, I have no idea, right? But the world has a small population. Today, the population is almost 8 billion people. So the number of people that are super smart is a lot bigger, right? So the quantity of smart people is bigger. And that's why it may feel like humans are smarter on average, but we're not. All right, stock market and correlation. This is not a good sign for the stock market. As you can see, the stock market has broken the MRI support line. And I am now forced to be more bearish than bullish on the stock market. We also have a red star candle on the daily chart. If today closes as a down day, I will be anticipating a second consecutive MRI buy. This is also very, very bad in terms of the overall look of the stock market. I still believe September will mark the low in the stock market. This is also historically true. If you go to the Financial Summit Twitter handle, we are going to be tweeting out a lot more research. All right, come on. Let's get out of the thread. Scroll pretty far down here. Right here. Historically speaking, September has been the worst performing month in stock market's history, right? So going back to 1950, so since 1950, the worst month in the stock market is September. This is data going back 70 years. So I think it's a big enough sample size for the stock market. Totally useless when it comes to predicting climate. But when it comes to identifying stock market trends, it's pretty damn good. So this is since 1950. This is the past 20 years. So it's been even worse in the past 20 years, but it's been better in the last 10 years. And this is a midterms year, so it's not, tends to be not as bad, okay? But historically, September is the worst month. October is the best month. So, and here's what October has been like in the midterm year, and this is a midterm year. So it's been the greatest month ever in October. So keep this in mind as well, that the stock market could bottom out this month and have a monster rally next month. The dollar is rising. I am a huge dollar bull. I hope people still remember that. We have actually made it to this area sooner than I expected. I thought it would be next year, but we got there even sooner. And now I am expecting a monster rally in the US dollar. Whoa, no, 36 is way too long. I don't think it would last till 36. Let's move this over. I'm expecting a monster dollar rally past the 200 mark, but I do expect it to end within a decade. So sometime in 2032 or before that. And then the dollar will be no more. So something like that. Because the dollar will break up. Like the US, I mean, there may still be a US dollar, but it's not going to be the same US. So I am very bullish on the US dollar, and I explained why. Because the dollar is measured versus three-legged chihuahuas in the horse race. And it's not measured against any of the BRIC nations. And the BRIC nations is what's going to take over and dominate the world in the second half of this decade. Where is the? Oh, that sucks. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. I want to make sure I'm streaming properly. I think I am. Yeah, I am. Okay. So, what are we looking at? Let's look at, I'm going to look at other FX for a minute. The euro is, of course, a basket case, trending towards zero because it's going to break up. The European common currency will break up this decade. As it breaks up, it will shoot the dollar through the roof. British pound is actually doing okay. Oh no, it's euro against the pound, sorry. Pound against the dollar. Yeah, this is also probably going to go towards parity. The UK is a slight, I really had hope for the UK. UK just, declared a new prime minister, no election, no nothing. People don't really matter in the UK. The election's irrelevant. They just declare whichever leader they like. And now it's going to be Liz Truss, who apparently is pro-Bitcoin, but also another World Economic Forum puppet, which is a complete and utter contradiction. So, or pro-crypto. So in my opinion, what Liz Truss in the UK said about cryptocurrency is just bullshit window dressing. It's just another, ploy to seem cool and hip, just like the Central African Republic, when in reality, they just want to put in a surveillance style central bank digital currency. They're not actually interested in freedom with crypto. Absolutely not. Russia, on the other hand, has a lot more hope for opening up the country to cryptocurrencies, way more than the UK. So while I had lots of hope and promise for the UK after the Brexit situation, that has been completely botched, and therefore the UK is also going to be going down the toilet bowl, making the dollar seem better and stronger. UK had a chance, though. They really had a chance. I have high hopes for Brazil. I really hope they can turn it around, but they're going to elect a socialist as well, so we'll see where that's going. Indian currency is still devaluing. That's sad. It's unfortunate. But it's devaluing slowly. Too bad. I am going to Turkey. That's going to be interesting. I hope I can get an Uber this time. I couldn't get it last time. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes. Keep you guys posted. And the Russian ruble. I still think it will appreciate against the dollar a lot. But also it depends on how the military conflict effort's going. And I'm expecting the Ukrainian currency to go full hyperinflation, like complete hyperinflation, like to 100 to 1 to the US dollar. Which would mean that the Russian ruble would be above parity to the Ukrainian hryvnia. And when that happens, when this happens, there will be a massive amount of Ukrainians in the south and the west of the country that would be a lot more interested in becoming Russians, because their pensions, their salaries, everything will now be in rubles. And your patriotism will only take you up to a point. Your capitalism and your ability to put food on the table will 90% of the time trump your patriotism and your religious beliefs. Okay? There were plenty of Jews during World War II that were ratting at other Jews and turning them into Nazis for financial and capital gain. Okay? So your interest in wealth is above most people's patriotism and morals and ethics. So I've talked about this at length. There will be an incredible shift in sentiment in the borders, in the areas of Ukraine which are about to be disputed whether they will become part of the Russian Federation, become independent, or remain Ukraine. That shift grossly alters once the ruble and the Ukrainian hryvnia breaks parity. Ukraine currency will absolutely hyperinflate. All right. Let's look at a few stocks, then I'm going to call it a day. Oh yeah, no. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's keep an eye on Ethereum. So Ethereum is actually holding up well. It's versus the dollar. Ethereum is holding up super well. It's the monthly chart. Let's go to the weekly chart. So why is Ethereum pumping? So Ethereum is pumping for multiple reasons. One of those reasons is that people are probably scared to use Ethereum right now because they don't know what's going to happen with the merge. When people don't spend your currency, they hodl your currency. Ethereum is also saying that once they go to the merge, once they go proof of stake, there'll be a lot less new Ethereum being created. So they are contracting the final supply of Ethereum. That creates a bullish sentiment that there's scarcity in Ethereum. Now, you guys know my view on this. There's no such thing as scarcity other than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is scarcity. You can't have infinite number of scarcities. It's not scarcity. So Ethereum is just unsecured inflation on top of Bitcoin. Well, look at Tilray next. Oh, Monero, does that still exist? Holy shit, it's actually rising against Bitcoin. Haven't heard about Monero in forever. Litecoin still alive? See, damn, shitcoins are actually performing well. That's unfortunate because that probably means the bear market in crypto is not over. Shitcoins have to go away. If shitcoins don't die, then it's an inefficient market. Even Doge is holding up. No, I don't want to look at this garbage anymore. Ethereum chart is bullish. Tilray, let's look at Tilray. Whoa, Tilray, look at you. That's not good. That's a red star candle, creating a bearish environment. Earnings is coming. I would stay away from Tilray for now. If you can pick up Tilray, somewhere in that $2.50 range, that could be interesting. What about the daily chart? Yeah, it's just, there's no buying opportunity right now. There was a uranium ETF I was looking at. Is it in the index? No, it's not in my indices. Subsectors? Sectors, maybe? What's MJ? Alternative Harvest ETF. I don't know what that means. What's YOLO? Oh, that's the cannabis ETF. Oh, okay. Alternative Harvest. That's another cannabis ETF. Okay. What's IBB? Biotech. Okay, that's right. I knew that. Subsectors. I had a uranium ETF somewhere. Oh, more cannabis ETFs. Man. Oh, it's got to be in my future section. Here it is. UX. UX should be uranium. It's so look at that. Uranium tops at an MRI sell. Uranium's in an uptrend, guys. Beautiful uptrend. Looks good to me. Looks bullish to me. How's Uber doing? Oh, wow. Look at Uber bounce. What about Zoom? Zoom had a huge crash. Wow, look at that. Zoom's still falling. I'm still paying the money. How's Ferrari doing in this bear market? Not bad. Oh, wow. Was that a hyperwave? Was Ferrari in a hyperwave? No, not really. Oh, wait, I'm on a log chart. Let's take the log off. There we go. Yeah, look at Ferrari. That's a hyperwave, folks. That was a hyperwave. There it is. Tyler Jenks would be proud. Beautiful MRI buy right here. And Ferrari's in trouble. Ferrari is in serious trouble. That is a double bottom-ish and about to go back there. Cool. I mean, phase 4 could have been higher. So for those that don't know what I mean when I say hyperwave, products and services, on-demand videos. So these are my educational videos. These are the historical Tyler Jenks educational videos. I will be releasing Consensio for free around Christmas. If you feel like contributing now, go ahead and purchase it. Hyperwave will probably be released over the following year of 2023. There's also a book. So this is Hyperwave. It is a tradable way of profiting from what appears to be one of those classic bubble charts. Tyler James, the founder of hyperwave trading method, describes it in these workshops. There's 2 multi-day workshops. There's 4 videos here on hyperwave. There's also a book which you can purchase on Amazon, written by Tyler James, Socrates, Tyler Cotes, and Leah Wall, who's now the CEO of Valkyrie. And there it is. So this would be the time to get the hell out of Ferrari and potentially short. Though it never had a proper phase 6. I want to look at DraftKings. Oh, and then I want to look at my favorite Bitcoin miner. DraftKings, look at that. Yeah, not looking good, but I think this low would be really hard to break to the downside. Football season is starting this weekend. What's Penn? I don't know what Penn is. One of my most hated companies, Robinhood. I'm very happy to see this. A 90% drop in its stock price. And where are my Bitcoin miners? Well, there's Canaan. And there is Bitfarms. Canaan, the manufacturer of miners, and Bitfarms, a mining operation. Oh, man. I might be interested in this super soon. All right, guys. I got to get going. Socrates is doing very well. Being a public person with a YouTube channel and doing the shit that I do as well has a mental toll. And taking a break from this insane world and going back to trading is very, very soothing. And Tyler, aka Socrates, is doing extremely well. And I'm happy for him. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Please follow the Financial Summit Twitter handle, where we will be putting out daily market research and news. So if you want to keep up with the latest market research and news, and also trading calls, follow the Financial Summit Twitter handle. Bye, guys.